Should be live. Let me just get everything organized as usual. Can I close this? I can close that and still have the chat popped out. Alright, which commander? I think I need to go grind with Gandalf. I need to see if he can take a 90 power tile soon. I think I'll need more knights though. Woohoo for a new season. That's right, that's right. Hopefully this season is better than the last season. Let's see. He should probably be able to take a 90, right? Which 90 do I need though? I think I need a stone to gather stone. I'd rather gather on a 150, but can't quite get there yet. Then whenever the bot picks it up in Discord, I can post it in the official Discord. Oh, I got another Arnor cask. Well, that's handy. That means I can actually refine this one. Since I don't think I'm ever going to be using Blinding Barrier Knights on Arwen. She's not particularly great against the Witch King. It wasn't too bad. So I think I can push some 90s with him because I really need him to hit level 20. I think we do that, and then kind of want to just go full R5 next. Since that was almost 10k XP, I think 9.5k, no 9k XP. Which means 2 more, I think we'll get him there. Quick math. Might as well take a wood so I can gather that as well. I actually need to start dropping some 30s, but I think I need to drop my grain 30s. We'll do like 5 at a time. See if I missed any. It spammed everybody with my name has been changed. Like it says, I have to go to the profile to see who's talking. Exactly. I think this is Gato Man, yeah. I mostly knew that because he was writing in Spanish. Love the new name. Dude, I was seriously laughing like so hard earlier. Like actually laughing so hard earlier. Let me post this in the official Discord. Just say more day 1 grinding. All right. I need to start taking these higher power tiles so I can get some more coins. And I should probably gather. I think I'm going to have to gather ore. I mean, I need a lot of stone for this, but I need the ore more. Because I have a 60 ore somewhere, right? Yeah. If I don't gather ore, We'll just do 30 minutes at a time. If I don't gather ore and then I use all my ore to build, I'm not going to be able to recruit anything, and not being able to recruit anything is going to be a problem. Phoenix is streaming, lol. Yeah, I'm streaming the ha-ha-has. Love it. Yeah, when we were talking about this in Discord and everybody was changing their name, and then people in the in-game chat were like, you know, I'm not gonna know who is who. It was so funny to me. I think half the reason it was so funny was probably because I was like stupid tired. I don't think I should sweep a level 10 with Gandalf. I actually think I need to send him home and sweep with other commanders while I wait on tiles to drop. I think Theo has plenty of stamina. Yeah, so we'll sweep with Theo. Definitely not giving him any knights yet. I guess he can take the remnants of the militia. How close is he to next level? Not very. We'll see how many losses he takes on a level 10 mob. See your profile and see that you are the real. It's funny. I just can't wait until we actually fight some people. So like, you know, this is me, this is Solar Scout. You know, just imagine that there's like 7 more ha-ha-has right in this area, and you're fighting against us. And you scroll over and you just see a bunch of bases named ha-ha-ha. I should find these things. Alright, what are the clues? Pure Shadow captured, poisonous sting. It is where he came from, it is where evil lies. The expression of our horror. I don't remember, yeah, I'll say I don't remember that sword being there. I don't remember this thing being there. I think everything else was here. Let's check the Frodo area. Nothing here looks out of place either, though. Something captured, I would think, would be like in a bottle. Or did we already get that one? Pure Shadow captured. So expression of our horror might be a new emoji. Is there a new emoji in here? This one. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything in the tavern? I don't think so. Is there anything new on the commander screen? Yep. In a bottle. That's what I thought it might be. I need to check how much time I have left on these tips too. Okay, still more than a full day. Oh, I can just scoop this wood though. Hopefully we get XP. Yeah, we're getting close. Say come ask in chat where they are. I might be able to remember. What's up, Nathan? Let's go. It's the age of the ha-ha-has, dude. Just grinding, man. The new season, resource struggle. Oh yeah, what were the losses like on that one? Yeah, it's kind of not great. If I'm gonna be pushing 90s with Gandalf, I might just have to sweep level 6s with Theo for now. Poor Theo's gonna be falling behind. This is Tactics Evolved, or no, Elite Tactics, Tactics Evolved, whichever it's called. Since that's what everybody was interested in, and only like 2 days after we got to Bag End or something, is when there was a registration for it. So just went for it. We've never played it before, so see, the right hand of evil, there's a gauntlet somewhere, like a Nazgul gauntlet. I think it was with Bilbo. And then the poisonous thing is on the table. It's a sword on the table. Expression of horror is an emoji in the chat. And yeah, the right hand is, it's like a metal gauntlet-y thing. MD9, I just read what you said in the Discord. You're not going to be able to tell if Karch is protecting your tile or if Thana's going to bounce you. I like that little burn on Thana. We got the boys over here, though, in this area. So Layla's up here. We got MD9, who refuses to become a ha-ha-ha. And we have Solar Scout. We have ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha, the artist formerly known as Solar Scout. Ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. Me. I thought we had one more of our guys in this area, but maybe not. Oh, Gabba's here. Like how this guy is connecting 200s for me. I appreciate it. Season 6 is ending. I'm gonna go to 7. Wait, is 7 even out yet? Let's see. S1 is normal. S2 is normal. S3 is Rebuilding Glory. S4 is War of the Ring. S5, which is this, is Tactics Evolved. S6. Wait, I messed up my counting. Yeah, this is S5, then S6 is Kings of Men. I don't think S7's out yet, is it? Yes, GTW and GTG level 20. Oh, yeah, maybe by the time you finish your S6 and then hit Bag End, it might be out. Well, I don't think they've really said yet when it's going to come out. Normally, I feel like they'd say, oh, we'll have it done like by the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. I don't think I need to reinforce, do I? No. Not for sweeping level 6s. So you might have to play S6 again. Unless it depends on your tolerance level for Bag End. I freaking hate Bag End. I hate it. I mean, like, I like the aspect where you can pick your seasons. I think the registration system is a bit flawed. And I just hate how long you can get stuck there sometimes. You know, like, I just want to play the game. Dang, Whip passed us up, man. How did we let that happen? And we're actually at 92 of 95. And they're only at 90 of 95. We need people to farm harder. There won't be a new campaign in the 7th season. Okay, so basically people are going to have to play what is S6 twice. Roughly. I guess depends on when you do your S6. How much do I need to upgrade my barracks? 10,000 more stone. Can't upgrade that yet. Can't upgrade that yet. Don't even want to upgrade this yet. I might actually have to build the Ram Rider place. At least just for the Goat Riders. What are the stats on T2? 82-33. $76. So it's actually tankier than Outriders, but way less damage. And way slower. But I might need them because this, I mean, this doesn't even come until main hall 8. Kind of a yikes. Jepro, what is up, dude? What's up, man? How have you been? I still need to show you that super cool gift box here. Let me I'll go, do I know where? Yeah, let me go grab it real quick at least. I can't remember if I sent you a picture of it or not. Since you said your roommate is a big Company of Heroes guy, let's see if the camera, I don't think I have it on autofocus. Plus the light, I think that's a good shot of it. So it says Company of Heroes 3 on it, has the Relic logo. There's like some actual pictures from the war in it, from World War II. Probably can't really see those on stream. There's a replica of an actual letter from a soldier. I'm sure this is not the original paper, but it's like an actual letter. You can even see where some of the stuff was censored by the military. We have a big Company of Heroes poster. I can't even unfold the whole thing. That's a, yeah, celebrating 15 years. Then, I mean, there's other stuff in here. I'll just show you like 2 more things that I thought were particularly interesting as a World War II history nerd. Well, one thing that was cool, I got like a metal thing. It says Company of Heroes on it. I was trying to find the whistle. I don't know what happened to the whistle. Maybe it's in the box somewhere. But it's a whistle that they would use to give orders. Here it is. So it's a number 15 infantry officer's whistle. And it comes with a thing, a certificate of authenticity. This is to certify that it's the original trench whistle issued to infantry officers and NCOs during World War II. It had many uses and maneuvers, the most famous being the signal to go over the top. It was handmade, yada yada yada. So it was handmade in the same workshops using some of the same equipment that made... So it's a replica, but it's handmade with the same exact equipment and everything in the same place they used to actually make them. And I'm definitely not going to blow it on stream. But I'm pretty sure it does work. Yeah, man, I'm a huge World War II history nerd, for sure. Back when the History Channel was the Hitler Channel, and they just had World War II documentaries all day, every day, I just used to watch it constantly. But I was very pleasantly surprised. Because Relic, they just said like, "Hey guys, we want to send you something to a group of us. Can we get your address?" And I thought they were gonna send down like a little poster or whatever. And then this box shows up just full of stuff. Let me make sure I put it all back in a somewhat organized fashion. I have to keep it somewhat hidden because these are the type of things that my daughter would have a field day running around with. So... yeah, since you mentioned that your roommate was a big Co fan, thought you would find it interesting, or that he would find it interesting. The box is even kind of beat up. They made it beat up too. There was a period not too long ago that just about the only game I ever played was Company of Heroes 2. Gotcha. Metal Gauntlet, where did you say it is? Okay, Layla did find everything. Very good. 10 minutes on the tiles. And maybe, I don't think I'll be able to push Gandalf. No, I won't hit 20 off of these. I don't think he'll be able to take a 130 at level 18. Maybe if the military academy was upgraded again, he could do it, but... or if I had more knights ready for him, maybe. I've been lazy. And typing is hard. I feel like I mentioned, your friend knows that Co 3 is on the way, right? This is Tactics Evolved. So pretty soon I'll be building the Elite Training Grounds. And I'll have to try and remember exactly how you unlock the units. I know you have to like sweep some stuff, do some special tips, get some items, trade in some items, and then like research the skill. and then like upgrade the troop itself or something like that. I made a video about it a couple of months ago. Maybe I should go rewatch my own video on how it's gonna work. Noticed on my stream. Alright, who's trolling me? Oh, this is Lady Death. She even did. She even did the avatar too. Jeez. Actually have to click on people's profile. Except Gatomon. I can figure out Gatomon because he speaks Spanish. Karch, you used to be able to tell because Karch and Thorondil had Gandalf the White, except Karch had like an orange chat thing, I think. Yeah, and I think Thorondil didn't have the orange chat. So you could kind of tell them apart. Yeah, unfortunately I'm an Arnor, dude. I did not want to play Arnor again. Again, man. Freaking terrible faction. Look at this. This was our last season as Loth. Now we're in whatever's going to come over here as Arnor, and then this was Arnor. Like, if I never had to play this faction again, I would be very happy. Are those my Oath boys? Oh, did somebody link Undying? There it is. Man, Undying is so good. Pretty nice Undying. Tactical mark. Very good choice. Is Arnor really that bad? Part of it is because this is my third time playing them. And so it's just like, you know, been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Came back, got another t-shirt. Another part of it is, in my opinion, the Numenorian quarters for starting the season are super bad. Because these are tank units. These are also tank units. Knights are actually really good, but they're pretty expensive. Rangers, more specifically Dunedain, I think are really nice for PvP. But for tiles, especially because you're hitting evil faction tiles, when you're hitting a neutral tile, they're just so hit or miss. Like, what are your Dunedain gonna do when freaking trolls show up? Like, oh, I guess they're just gonna like do a little bit of damage and die. So you just don't really have access to an early damage unit. Like, at least if you're the dwarves, you can just do like shield bearer, double axe thrower. And they'll do pretty decent damage. And you get guardians really early, which are super nice. You don't get Rohirrim quarters. Like, I think sharpshooter line and cavalier line are so good for starting, in my opinion. Especially because, like, Gandalf the Grey is such a popular starting commander. A lot of it just depends on your commanders too, right? Let's see, I can do like 7,000 ore worth of all of these. Let's try to make this just 3611, that'll work out. Like, at least I have knights. Elves are pretty rough to start with, but once you get the herald units, you're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, once you get wardens, you get to run marksman, cav archer, warden, Gandalf will shred with that. Gil will shred with that. Arwen would be fine with that. Haldir would be good with that. Cavalry. Dude, I love cavalry. It's like I've said, they're more expensive, but you're also getting more value. Like, cavalry are just inherently stronger units than infantry. Like, even after you adjust for the fact that they're 50 per command rather than 100 per command. So even if you like double the infantry stats to account for the fact that you're getting twice as many. Wish I was at work. Work is for poor people. Thanatos. I'm surprised Thanatos is still awake. It's about to be 9 p.m. here. He's 6 hours ahead of me. So it's about to be 3 a.m. for me. In an hour. Oh. So he's going to stay up till like 4 a.m. I do get the early game struggle for resources though as cavalry. But I'm probably going to be running Knight, Goat Rider, Cav Archer. Hopefully before I go to bed I can get that. Maybe not though. I just might not have the stone for it. Alright, Gandalf has to hit some tiles. I need to start dropping some more. I kind of don't want to drop my ore tiles yet. So I think I'm actually going to start dropping 40s. And I might just drop 40 wood since there's a lot of 40 woods open. Thanatos, that's true, man. One thing I will say is I don't think most people, even the people that we play with, I don't think that most people fully understand just how much effort Thanatos puts into our team as a whole. And he always has. I mean, like 99.9% of the time, me and Thanatos get along great. We've had a few differences here and there, like anybody else. But, you know, I mean, I've known him for like more than a year now, I think, or right around a year now. Always been my co-leader. And I would never change it. Like, no offense to anybody else. A lot of people in this game I consider to be good friends. But man, Thanatos has put the work in. You, Thana. What's up, Plato? Thana's a good dude, man. He trolls world chat sometimes. And he can sort of be not particularly diplomatic. He's very much a straight shooter. But like all the spreadsheets that he's made over the years to keep track of our players, the recruitment time he's done, the stepping up to take over leadership when I had COVID. So, if I had to go back and do it all again, I would still have Thanatos there. How many more tiles do I have to drop, actually? This is 5, and that's 10. That's 11. I'm only dropping 4, 6. I need to drop 5 more. I'll drop like 2, 3 more woods, and then I'll drop some ores. And hopefully I can find a couple of ores. Yeah, Plato was with Sith in S3. Still the strongest individual team, in my opinion, that I've seen. No offense to any other teams. As I said in that season, we only won because we had like triple the players. Maybe more than triple. Right, like Sith had at most absolute upper limit in Varyogs as a whole, like 150 actives, right? And 150 might be overshooting it. It might be way closer to 100. And we had Whip, Ungo, Hee, Hope, Noble, and those were all like pretty much full. Plus there was King and then my fellowship in Arnor since Ungo got split. If we combine those, I think it's fair to say we had like 600-ish players. Probably about 450 to 500 were super active. Yeah, we're talking about 2 seasons ago. So I think it was Jepro's 3rd season, or at least 3rd season on that account. I think it was, yeah, your 5th season, Plato. Tome of Awakening Orcs. Hopefully I can trade these for something else. I also need to figure out... Dude, Plato, should I go for Treebeard? Yeah, I think... Yeah, Jepro was in Rohan because when 2 of the Rohan fellowships betrayed, quote-unquote. I guess betrayal will depend on who you ask. You know, we were allied with Rohan for most of the season. And then when it came down to discussing the specifics of the ring duel, you know, we thought we laid out from the beginning that it would be UF versus UF. Because when we made the deal, Rohan was united with Gondor. And then they chose to break the UF on their own. So it's not our fault that now it would be a UF versus Rohan. And like, how do we tell our players, you know, sorry, you fought every single day this entire season since day 3. Sorry, bro, you have to sit out on the ring fight. Because Rohan wanted to do like 100 v 100. And when we said no, the guys in like pink and some other Rohan fellowships were like, okay, you know, that's fine. You guys deserve the win. And then it was, which 2? There was a French guy, I forget his name. He had like a French name. And somebody else, they were, you know, like, screw you guys, we're going rogue and we're going to attack you. Anyways, Jepro was in one of those fellowships that declared war against us. Letty, yeah, Letty, that was it. He was in Letty, and then him and his friends left because they wanted to not attack us. And that was such a crazy season, dude. Such a crazy season. I also need to look for some 60 ores out here. Since Gandalf's almost out of stamina. I probably don't want to look right next to Solar's base. There's 2, that's perfect. I do need to get some grain coming in, though. My grain income is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. It was looking back, it was one of the most fun seasons, but it was also one of the most stressful seasons, too. Jay and Silent Bob are in the Hiss House. Derek, did you sign up? This will be a good segue anyway. For the giveaway in my Discord? I haven't looked in a minute to see who has signed up. 49 people so far. Let me see if your name is on the list. Reactions. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this randomly. I think random.org, I think if I give it a list of names, it can randomize the list. And then I can assign each name a number. And then random.org can pick. I don't see your name on the list, dude. Yeah, you can sweep for a lot of it. A lot of your food. But eventually, I mean, you can see that I have not been prioritizing grain at all. But like, eventually, I'll need to. As a spender, you've been trying to reserve spots for free-to-play. That is very, very nice. I respect that. So it's not for anything in-game. It's for... So I have... Actually, let me just stand up, I guess. If I can with my headphones. So I had a few shirts made. Just for like me and my wife, and my daughter has a little onesie with the logo on it. But it's basically going to be, we're going to use, dang, what's that website? I think I mentioned it in the post. Maybe I didn't. There's a big website. You can get all kind of stuff with logos printed on it. And so I'm going to pick like 3 things. Probably like a t-shirt, a water bottle, and a coffee cup, something like that. And then pick 3 winners. And then ask each person, you know, do you want, which one of these do you want? Maybe people will, all 3 will say 3 t-shirts. That's fine. I'll send out 3 t-shirts. But it's just to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of my channel, which is officially November the 2nd, I believe. Just pretty crazy that a year and some change later, I'm not only still playing this game, oof, Grima, I'm still making content for the game. How can you buy direct? I mean, I could send you the logo, and you could just order whatever you wanted with the logo on it. I don't have like any kind of merch thing set up. So if you were hoping to buy direct to support me, I mean, I definitely appreciate that sentiment. But it's not like, you know, it wouldn't make me any money or whatever. Wait, I should stop taking tiles by Solar's base. Come take tiles by this guy's base. You know, we can build Bree Camp now, by the way, Cavman. I do know that, yes. Yes, I'm very excited about that, actually, yeah. Yeah. But see, I'm probably not going to be a Cav man for very much longer. I'll say that. Karch is a bad influence on me. I'm thinking of giving up. It's actually a combination of Karch and Derek. So for like, I don't know how many seasons we've been talking now, Derek. Like 3 or 4 seasons, something like that. And so like Derek has been running a lot of commanders I've been thinking about running, like Faramir, like Elrohir, like Arwen. He actually helped me with my Arwen build. I think it was in this season too that I used her a lot. How freaking good Parting Gift is. I used to never take this skill. And then I was seeing reports from Derek's Arwen, and we talked a lot about Arwen theory crafting. And he was like, bro, you gotta try this skill. This skill's crazy. And so now I take it every time because it is super good. It's like 30 to 40k healing. Just in one burst. It's crazy. I think I've seen it go. Anyway, I think I'm finally gonna give in. Even though it's gonna pain me. Because I love using Cav because they run around so fast. So you don't have to wait to land on tiles. Like this just grinds my gears, man. And this is with double march speed. Is it double or is it 50%? Yeah, 100%. So like if this wasn't the first 24 hours, even just going from right here to right here, it'd be 2 minutes, dude. Because there's no Cav. This isn't a full Cav march. And so like I hate when I click reinforce when I don't have Cav. And it's if it was Cav it'd be like 20 minutes. But I think I'm gonna do what I would never tell anybody to do, which is completely refocus your commanders after this many seasons. I think I'm gonna run like Faramir, Arwen, T2 Aragorn, and to be fair, T2 Aragorn is R10 on my account and Arwen's R8. So like it's not really that much shifting gears in that regard. And then I think I want to make Treebeard work. 14.2k per troop. That makes sense then. I feel like pretty close to that is the most I've ever seen it hit for. I said 45k, 14.2k would be almost 43k. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of healing, right? In one round. Just boom. Okay, who's going next for tiles? Thankfully, Gandalf is 190 away from hitting level 20. So I maybe overdropped tiles, although Eowyn can take 10 by herself. And I should actually start gathering again. I think it's gotta be more or... Still only have 400 knights. So I think I'm gonna keep saving the knights. So if she's just hitting 60s, shouldn't be too bad, I hope. How close is she to the next level? Not very. So I think she has to. Although I almost goofed because my tiles are still kept. I guess I could test it by hitting a sweeping level 10 mob. Although 60s are level 15. But I think she has plenty of stamina. Anyway. But as for the giveaway, obviously don't enter if you don't want to, Derek, but if anybody else is here and wanted to, all you gotta do is react to a message in the announcements channel on my Discord. Because in like 5 days, I'll be picking the winners. Let's try Charlie build for once, I said. Oh no, dude. Hey, this makes sense though. I don't understand what's wrong with this build. I mean, this is what I would be doing with low-level Gandalf. Not sure what's wrong with that. Theory crafting with elite skills. I've done a little bit. I've tried not to overly do it because I think I'll enjoy it a lot, and I think it will. If I do it while I'm playing through the season, I think it'll keep my interest level in the season high. I could have spent the past couple weeks when everybody was just sitting AFK waiting for bag end, you know, figuring out every little thing and come in with a specific plan. But then it's like, I don't know, it wouldn't be as interesting to me. And that's kind of another reason I've been considering switching gears in terms of commanders. I mean, like I said, Arwen R8, Aragorn R10. So, I mean, I'm relatively fine in that regard. Taking Faramir to 10 is not a big deal. He's a T1. So, I mean, he could catch up too. Yeah, explore and learn as you go. Yeah, I'm trying to preserve that feeling. You know, maybe when I'm getting slapped around 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna hit you up on Discord and be like, Derek, just tell me what to do, bro. Tell me how to not get wrecked. But yeah, another reason that I've been really considering switching it up in terms of commanders is I think I've theory crafted my current commander pool to the point of exhaustion. Like, there's one more Arwen build I'm gonna try this season besides her standard build. But like Theoden, super straightforward. I think it was MD9 or somebody that made a nice spreadsheet of mounted combat versus chaotic retreat. So we like completely solved that question just with straight up math. Eowyn, super straightforward, right? Eomer did take some theory crafting. He's one of the more interesting commanders in the game, in my opinion, because of the interaction with Marshal of the Mark and Cleave, because of the interaction that you have with his unique item and the damage boost, and because he has so many options available to him. Like, every single skill in the skill tree, probably except Discipline. Discipline's not even bad, but I don't think it fits on him, really. And so at this point, it's a lot of like, yeah, skill up Rohirrim, skill up Mounted Healing, put Cav on him, go smack things around. Ranged build Mirkwood Bow, Trapper's Hood. So I have a similar thing going on. I have the Gigantic Hammer with Rend, which will be 6 attack versus the 3 of a Mirkwood. I think it'll be pretty similar. If I could get a fully refined Mirkwood, which I can't, that might be better. And I have the fireworks on him as well. I could strengthen a Hysteria Trappers in theory. But I was definitely planning on using him with Bow Knights. Alright, how long's on these tiles? 10 minutes, 6 minutes, so like... Yeah, it would be stronger, but I can't fully refine it. I only have like 2 bows, 3 bows, so I could only take it to 2 stars, which would be, what, 4.5%? I need to strengthen this Cutlass, but if I switch up commanders, I'm not actually sure if I would run that Cutlass on anybody. I guess she can sweep these guys. I'm the GTG expert. Ouch. Yikes, bro. See, this is why I hate Arnor, man. There's just no damage in this army. No damage. Look at this. With +3, these guys are 14 to 18. Wow. 14 to 18 damage, dude. With +3. That's what, 11 to 15 base? You know, you compare that to like Marksman, 23 to 24? Bruh. Roman, what's up, man? Coffee vibes, dude. I would love some coffee right now. Although it would probably not be a good idea. But I had a super difficult time sleeping last night. Probably didn't fall asleep until like 2:30. Woke up at 3:45 a.m. to hop in right when the server came online. Streamed until like 7:15 or 7:30, something like that. Had breakfast, watched my daughter, and went down for a nap around like 10 a.m. And apparently my wife came in to try to wake me up for lunch, and I didn't even flinch. So the good news is I did get a little bit of a nap. The bad news is I ended up sleeping for like almost 3 hours, which meant my conscription queues and building queues were idle for like 2 hours. You can be more flexible by reforging purples. So do you mean, for example, let's say, I think I have the perfect example. Okay, so I have a second resolve horsemen's, right? And then I have a warding and a resolve one. Let's say I wanted 2 resolve ones. You're saying just use this one to upgrade this one for when I need the madness immunity. And if that's what you're talking about, I know people do that. The problem for me, I mean, what you see is 4 full seasons of investment for me. And granted, I could upgrade a couple more things here and there. You know, I have a lot of, like, I have a lot of these helms because eventually I want a blinding barrier helm. You know, I've been working on this fire protection halberd for a couple seasons. I have focus protection in my back pocket. So the issue for me is I very rarely have extra items to burn through. You know, I'm struggling even to get fully refined stuff. And so, like, the next time I get a horseman's, I'd probably rather just upgrade this one. I'll swap up commanders. Maybe not. Because Faramir would need ranged gear. If I want to screw around with Treebeard, I'd probably give him the gigantic hammer. You don't burn it as long as you to refine. Right, yeah, because it wouldn't come back as broken. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I see what you're saying now, yeah. So what I would need to do is I would need to take this to 1 star, then take this helm, refine with it, then I would get all the goodies back. You know, 2 helms would pop out as normal helms, and 15 or whatever would pop out as broken. Which I could then take this to 5 stars. And then eventually when I needed the stun immunity again, I would just need 1 more helm, I guess, right? Because then if I wanted to go back to the stun immunity, I would need to use this now upgraded resolve immunity helm to refine the stun immunity helm, to pop everything back out of the resolve helm. Yeah, so maybe I won't. I'll just take this one. Maybe the next time we get a horseman's helm, as long as it's the attribute. Although that's a lot of work, man. That's like the next level try hard in this game. Why don't I ever wait for a team, most or all of which who are like me, who just hate sitting in bag end. So whenever we get to bag ends, we're just like, please God, get us out of here and get us back playing again. And then number 2, which is kind of the same thing as number 1, I just don't want to sit in bag end. In big part because, you know, I need to make content. And there's not much you can do for content when you're in bag end. I don't even think I take Riding Excellence yet. I think I just go full Rohirrim and Cleave. Like, if there was stuff to do in bag end, I'd be fine with waiting. But how have you been though, Reese? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while, man. I hope you and your team have been doing well. I'm sure you guys have been successful. What's up, John? Day 1 is pretty chill. Been streaming a lot of it, which has been nice. Tile grinding is way less mind-numbing when you get to chat with people. So I think what we should ask Reese is, why don't you ever wait for us? And I know it's because you're always like 2 weeks behind us, which means that you'd have to wait like 6 weeks in bag end. I'm sure one day it'll happen. But I'm not even I'm not even the head honcho anymore, man. How much? That's close enough. Did I mention the giveaway? I did. Did you sign up for my giveaway, Reese? Am I gonna build my evil side? I don't have any evil side accounts. Good lord, 3 Grimas in a row, bro. Cut me a break out here, man. I'm just trying to get some tiles. Green, I actually might have to just go back to sweeping with AON. After 3 Grimas in a row? Need to take another 90 with Gandalf. And I actually need troops in order to do that. Are there any warg dudes over here? Here's one. Season 6? Yeah, Season 6 is non-RP. Because that's Kings of Men. Said Bag End was more fun than your last season. Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to the people that were on our server last season. But it was not a very competitive server, unfortunately. We had pretty much a full month of being fully AFK and longer than that where it was just going through the motions. You know, we were just running around sieging stuff because we had to. Just waiting for DG to open up. You have 5 rings now, dude. You're catching up to Tom Brady. Once you get... What does he have? 7? Then you can be like him. Just have rings on like almost every finger. I guess if you had 8, right? Because you're not really going to put a ring on your thumb. And so you just have, yeah, 8 rings. So you need to get 8 rings, dude. I think you guys will have no problem doing it. Oh, were you Angmar in our S2, John, when we were Gondor? That was a crazy season, too. Last season did make me appreciate the crazy seasons. So Karch just looked at MD9s. I don't know whether Karch is protecting my connection or I'm about to get bounced because it's Thana. Said TK bad, HH good. Orisi, we're a bunch of clowns this season, dude. I can pull up the members. I want to see how many ha-ha-has we have. Oh, Genocide! Dude, how have you been? I didn't know you were Gino. You might have told me that, but if you did, I forgot. Gino! Are you still playing, dude? So we have Thanatos who screwed it up by putting TK in front of his name. He should have just been ha 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 like the rest of us. Then we need to peer pressure MD9 into doing it. But he said he's never going to do it. We have me as just lowercase ha ha ha's. Then who's this? This is Lady Death, who joined us after last season. This is Gatomon. So that's what, 3? This is either... okay, this is Thor because he said the adventurer. That's 4. Who's this? I think this is Poulter. Yeah, okay, that's 5. There's pretty sure a couple more. This is Estel, who did Hi Hi Ha Ha Ha. That's basically 6. This is Solar Scout, I think, yes. So that's 7. And who's this? Chad, that's 8. Oh, we're not even done yet. Who's this? This is the original Ha Ha Ha. This is the OG Ha Ha Ha. I think he's... oh, no. Who's this one? Lord of Lords. That's 9 or 10. It's so good, dude. And then this is Karch. Oh, I love it. I love it. I need to get Layla to change her name too. Oh wait, are you playing non-RP now? Or do you just have 2 accounts? You have a good account and an evil account? R5, GTW, and the Witch King. Man, I love GTW. If I do go for other commanders, I'm gonna miss him. Although I could always just use him instead of trying to meme with Treebeard. He could just be my T3. Fortunately, that guy's not connected. Paul, are you the original Ha Ha Ha? I swear I've asked you that every single time you're on my stream. And then by the next time I ask you, I've forgotten. My name has been changed from Thanatos. Yes. True. Well, at least now we'll know if it's going to be Thana and he's going to bounce us. I should see if she wants to join, if Layla wants to join the Ha 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 movement. Yeah, goat. If you mean, I don't know if it's the same goat. Because if you mean goat as in greatest of all time, that might be different than Goat Riders of Erebor. Ooh. Alright. I'll have to remember it now. Paul Jones. You recently unlocked Gala. Should you wait until R5? Yes. In my opinion, yeah. Her R5 is her bread and butter, pretty much. Next season is there room for one? Maybe. I don't know yet. I mean, we were very much overflowing for the most part going into this season. It was like a week or 2 of working on the spreadsheet, which Thanatos and Maz handled. And even then we were at like 110 of 100 players. Then we had a few people, you know, find a different place to go and had to tell some people, sorry man. So it'll all depend on how many people want to stick around after this season, how many people end up leaving the game, how many people decide that, you know, they might be happier somewhere else. And one of those slots, if Capricorn comes back, will have to be reserved for him. Because Capricorn was with us for ever since the S1 restart. At least with my crew. Yeah. If there's room, we can definitely try to make it happen, man. It'd be cool playing on the same side with you. I know we chatted a lot during Season 2, even though we were on opposite sides of the war, and it seemed like we always got along great. What if you join, Reese? Yeah, I mean, you can join, man. Although you're not going to be in the bag end at the same time as us. Really, you guys have to suck up to Thanatos or Maz. Because all I do with recruitment is have people talk to them. You know, I'm very uninvolved in leadership at this point. Now, I'll give my input on major faction decisions like who should we UF, where should we attack in a war, that kind of stuff. But even then, it's just input. I don't have the decision power in those things. We can build Breeze. Yep. True. Looking at the GTW video to see how to make GTW awesome. Yeah? You can always ping Karch on Discord too. He provided me with a lot of good information because he's been maining GTW for a while now. This GTW is like R18 with Glamdring, with a Tranquility Helm. So he knows pretty much. He's tried a number of different builds as well. Do I just boost the Apothecary? Words from a smart person can change a whole season. Yeah, if people listen, yeah. Definitely can. The opposite can happen too. One idiot, one dumb person can ruin a whole season as well. Yeah, Karch is the subject matter expert, I would say. So Glamdring is when he gets super good. Noldor Sword with Mind Split, he's pretty darn good. Smite Carver, he's decent. And like, decent is still pretty freaking good. But Glamdring is just a ridiculous amount of extra damage. Like, just way more damage. R1 has tons of stamina. Wow, my AoE actually passed my R1 up in levels. Actually didn't mean for that to happen. Theo better versus good, Gandalf better versus evil. Yeah, if you can afford White Council and High Alert. Reach of the Rittermark. If you're going to use it on Theoden, which is probably who you should use it on, you want Might of Cavalry. Because since Theoden has plus 15 bonus damage from his R5 title, as long as you can refine it, the additional percent damage from the refinement of Reach of the Rittermark will give you more damage than like a melee might cutlass. So you definitely want Might of Cavalry because of that interaction. Did you know we could build... Wait, we can build them right now? We can just straight up... What? 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 You can just build this straight up now? Oh, because I guess you don't upgrade buildings anymore in this, do you? Do you still have to upgrade buildings? No, right? Oh, since we just start with Bree. Oh, dude. That's crazy. Why have I not built this yet? Sorry, MD9. I thought you meant that once we upgraded Bree, we'd be able to build Bree Riders. I didn't know you could just build it now. Wait, should I actually just build it now? I don't think I should. Like, I'm not gonna have the resources to recruit these dudes. 2,700 gold per command? And I'm only getting 2,800 per 2 hours? Yeah, this is TE. Did I reinforce AON? Or, yeah. Guess I have to gather more. Is it worth building it right now? I think I have to start... I have to try to start main hall 6 before I go to bed, but then there's no way I'm gonna make it. Whales have gear. I mean... I do have a lot of blue items laying around. I'm never gonna use these anyway, probably. I mean, I don't even know. Can I see? You can't filter just by blue, can you? I'm sure there's people that, you know, have way more blue gear than me out there. Open 500 evil chests, get Witch King. Did you not have Witch King in our season? Wait, how much gold could I get? Sell equipment. I could just sell all this green crap and get 75,000 gold. If I sold everything, I'd have a mill. I don't want to sell everything, though. I mean, I could sell like half of it or something. With gathering... So the stone, I don't think so. If you're talking about the stone for... Because I still need to build my barracks, which I should start. I would not only need 70,000 more ore, I would also need 110,000 stone. I don't think I could gather that. Yeah, I might... Maybe before I go to bed tonight, I'll build the Bree Rider camp. It's gonna take 2 hours and 20 minutes. If I can get the resources before going to bed, I could build it tonight. So I might have to gather some stone after this round of ore. Build. Yeah, it's only 17,000 ore. So if I gathered on a 90, I think I'd have enough points to do it. Huh. That would give me 3 cavalry units. How much better are they than what I have now? I mean, these things are basically cavaliers, right? 90 HP, 32 defense. Yeah, pretty much cavaliers. That's probably worth it. Would sacrifice troops, you could trade food. That'd be a huge setback. Like, I feel like I'd rather just get the breeze tonight, set an alarm for 3 hours, wake up, conscript a bunch for the rest of my sleep time, and then wake up and have breeze and do the main hall tomorrow. That's another thing, is like, normally in seasons, even though it's early on, I'd be buying these every single day for like 2 weeks. I don't think I want to buy either of those. I do still need to buy the season pass, actually. Forgot I hadn't bought that yet. I tend to prioritize troops more. Claim all the goodies. See, now the question is... No, I think if I go Treebeard, I shouldn't go for Elro here. I think I need to use these things for Arwen. S1. Oh, these don't have all of the commanders. These do have all of the commanders. Yeah, the question is, do I take Arwen to R10 like a crazy person? I'm gonna main Aowen, GTW, Arwen, and Theoden. Those will probably be the only 4 commanders that ever hit 50 for me. Just because I get lazy. Like, I'll have people that hit 20s and 30s from tips and stuff. Let's see how many resources I get from completing that chapter. That seems fine. I haven't even recruited a Sealdor. I guess I'm gonna take this stone. I don't even know how much respect for a Sealdor I have. Not even... Yeah. 190. Pretty close. I'm probably not even going to give him these. I'll probably... Like, unless I pull this invite, I'll probably never recruit him. Like, at my spending level, even running one T3 is probably not optimal. Because for the same amount that it takes to push a T3 to like R5, same amount of money, you could probably push 2 T2s to pretty close to R10 for that. Drums of Moria with Siege of Dwarfs. I mean, if you have the extra accessories, then sure, yeah, I think it's good. Especially early game. Like, early game is good. You really struggle with siege damage. How far from taking a 130 am I? Probably pretty far away. Oh, insufficient stamina. What are 130s? Like 20k power? Something like that if I remember right. Yeah, 20,600. So I'll either have to double tap it before going to sleep, or somehow get Gandalf the White 3 more levels without a stamina potion. The hammer for Footman on Ballin. Yeah. I don't have any siege accessories just because I feel like I can't. Like, I don't even have my current accessories fully refined. Although as far as purples go, they're at least fully strengthened. So if I happen to get the drums, then I could probably at least strengthen them, but what you really want is the refinement anyway. What should Arwen take? I really need to fix my grain income, to be honest. Unfortunately, this will... I don't see myself staying up till 4 a.m. tonight. I feel like the older I get, the more... The older I get and the more seasons I play, the less and less I feel motivated to burn the entire 48 or 24 hours on staying up. Plus 6 siege, swapping around. Yeah, I mean, if you can make it happen, it's definitely worth it. Especially early game. Or if you're sieging something outside of war buff, it could make a big difference. You know, over a bunch of commanders there too. Because that's plus 6 siege per unit. And then, let's say your siege guys are mid-30s or whatever. You're going to be running, what, like 5k units? Something like that. You have 25 command, plus if you're level 25, that'd be 5k units. 6k if you're 35. So it's somewhere between like 25,000 to 36,000 extra siege per commander. Per hit. Always 24 hours. I don't know. I was going to ask how old you are, but then that's kind of a rude question, Reese. I'm just an old man now. And I'm 33 with a toddler. It was actually easier to play the entire 24 hours when my daughter was first born, because we were waking up at ungodly hours at night anyway to feed her, right? Because she was having to eat every 3 hours. Oh yeah, you're 22? Yeah, dude. When you're 22, staying up 24 hours it's nothing, right? Like, man, back in college, we used to do like Halo LAN parties, StarCraft LAN parties, original Dota LAN parties. And shoot, man, we'd get our Mountain Dew, our pizzas. This was like before Red Bull was even a thing. Well, no, I guess in college Red Bull was. And I can remember before Red Bull in high school. Yeah, man, when you're 33, well, let's see, you'll probably not remember this conversation in 11 years. But if it happens to pop into your head 11 years from now, I would challenge you to stay up 24 hours. You could probably do it, but you're gonna regret it. Like, it's possible, but man, it starts killing you, dude, when you get old. So 11 years from now, if you remember this conversation, do it for science. And we'll see. Edits, what's up, man? How are you doing? Have you guys started your season yet? Happy to see you here, man. No hard feelings on you guys leaving, by the way. And for what I understand, you guys had like 50 to 60 people that you made a new team with, and we were already overflowing anyway. You stay up from Friday morning till Sunday night. Yeah, man. The high school and college LAN parties, man, those were such good days. You know, like, as a boomer, there are things in life that I'm kind of sad that kids these days won't experience. You know, not like actually sad about it, but like, you know, a lot of people that are growing up these days, they will never have the experience of just, you know, you and your girlfriend are like, man, we want to watch a movie, right? Together. So nowadays, you just pull up Netflix or Hulu or Peacock or any of the other 50 streaming apps there are, right? Or you just go on Google, you say, okay, I want to watch, I don't know, Saving Private Ryan or whatever. And okay, boom, I can watch it on YouTube, Amazon, Hulu, whatever, right? So like, kids these days, they'll never have that experience of going into Blockbuster with their friend or with their girlfriend and just like browsing through the movies and be like, oh, that one looks good. Yeah, let's watch that one. And then the other thing is like, you know, you just buy games digitally now, right? You just buy it on Steam, buy it on Epic Games, buy it on whatever store is selling it. Somebody's selling it online. You download it. And I remember going to like Best Buy and Walmart and be like, all right, I want a new game. I have no idea what I want to play. YouTube doesn't exist. Like, I can't even look up gameplay, right? YouTube's not a thing. So you go into Best Buy and you pick up the box and then you open the cover and you look at the artwork and the screenshots and the descriptions and stuff, right, where it says, you know, like, level up your heroes, recruit troops, build your armies, kill your enemies. Like, I don't know, it was just such a cool experience to me, I think, to like go into the store and have to figure out what you want. Oh yeah, when the movie you rented was unavailable. Yeah. Or when some stupid person didn't rewind it. So you'd put it in and be like, oh dang it, I gotta rewind this. And like back then, you know, it's not like a DVD, right? Where you just go hit like, you know, main menu, play. You had to actually sit there for like 3 minutes rewinding it. Listening to the like whatever the stupid sound made when I was rewinding. Oh man. I feel so old right now talking about all this with you guys. But the thing that started it all is I still have such fond memories of LAN parties. And I don't do like, yeah, be kind, rewind, exactly. Do people in like high school and college, do they still do LAN parties? I don't even know, because like back in the day, right, everybody had dial-up, and you're a bunch of like late middle school, early high school kids. You know, are your parents really going to let you hog the phone lines all weekend long to play with your friends? Probably not. And then number two is the lag back then on dial-up was so freaking bad, right? Like you're playing Age of Empires or something on dial-up, and like you click your villager to go kill a boar, and then like 3 seconds later your villager starts moving. But if you did it over LAN, A, you weren't taking up the phone lines, and B, there was no lag. Or basically no lag, right? So like I don't even, like nowadays, you know, everybody has high-speed internet pretty much. It's like, what is even the advantage of going to your buddy's house? You gotta pack up your computer, put it in your car. Oh, the freaking bots are here. Get to your buddy's house, unpack it. You know, just so that you, like with high-speed internet, you just have the same exact experience. You're just not in the room with them. You know, and now with Discord and all these other VoIP apps, you know, you can talk in real time too. Right? Like back in the day, like I remember when Ventrilo was the thing. And I remember even like before Ventrilo, right? Where like if you weren't at a LAN party, what, you're going to call your buddy up? Well, wait, you can't, because if you're not at the LAN party and you're playing online, you're tying up the phone line so you can't even call them to talk to them. Yeah, I'm playing LAN on university computers. So you must be a little bit older than me then, Chepro. Potentially. Let's see, I graduated 11 years ago. 12 years ago. 12 years ago, I think, from college. Oh, is that a draw? Another draw? Bruh. But anyway, I just have such fond memories of those LAN parties. Of Halo 1, Halo 2, StarCraft, Warcraft 3, Age of Empires 2, Stronghold Crusader. We played that at a LAN party one time. GoldenEye. Old school 007 GoldenEye, where we were all on the same TV because, you know, the N64 couldn't even get on the internet. So you're all screen cheating with each other. Arwen the Draw Queen. Yeah. It is true. Aww. My wife just sent a picture of our daughter and she's cuddled up under her blanket in her crib, cuddling with one of her little doll type things. It's not actually a doll. It's a little thing that plays like soothing music. Used to play using Hamachi. Yeah, I remember Hamachi. I remember that. To simulate the land. Dude, GoldenEye, man. Yeah, it was so good, right? It was such a good game for its time. Like, I'd probably play it now just because of nostalgia. But thinking back, it was a little bit of a goofy game. Yeah, dude, screen watching. It's like everybody, you're playing with your buddies, right? All right, we're gonna play like a 4-way free for all on. What was that map with like the gas can things? Facility? Was that the name of it? That was a map we used to play a lot. That's like the bathroom area, the gas area, some vents. I think the vents were on that one too, where you could like duck and get in the vent and pop out. I think it was facility. But anyways, yeah, you'd get with your buddies and you'd be all right, 4-way free for all. All right, guys, no screen cheating. You know, nobody's gonna screen cheat. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're not gonna screen cheat. So you all agree to not screen cheat, and then everybody is just doing it anyway. Like, it's like whatever, man. It's like, why don't you just sit down and all agree? Yeah, all right, we're all gonna screen cheat, but we're all doing it, so who cares? It's fair. 31-ish minutes. Range Theo. Yeah, that's the plan. I've got him set up with the gigantic hammer and the fireworks. Yeah, dude, that was like our favorite map, facility. Oh, it's amazing that I could still remember that. But we used to play also on License to Kill mode, I think is what it was called. No, it was, well, first we played License to Kill mode, which was like the one shot, one kill, unless you had body armor. And then it was like a couple shots depending on what gun you're using. But then that was a little bit too cheesy. And so then we played with like negative 10 HP, I think is what it was. Where everybody would go and set their health to negative 10. And it was similar to License to Kill, but not quite as one shot, one killy. It was like a few bullets to kill. If you had body armor, you know, maybe like 4 or 5. But yeah, Range Theo is because of Bow Knights. One of the most fun, just goofy modes is we would do a setup. Somehow or another, we would make it so that way more proximity mines than normal would spawn. And so it's like a really trolley type game mode because you're just running around. Like you just like come around a corner and proximity mine one-shots you. But it got to the point where people were just putting proximity mines on the spawn points because the spawn points in that game were fixed. And you didn't get any invulnerability right when you spawned. And so people would just throw proximity mines on spawn points and you would die. Like you'd come around a corner to a proximity mine, blow up, then you would respawn on top of a proximity mine and blow up. Miss the good old days of gaming, man. Perfect Dark. Yeah, Perfect Dark was good too. Did you ever play against the Dark bots, Sir Sippo? Because those freaking Dark bots... That was... Like, thinking back... The level of AI of those Dark bots for its time was crazy. The OG spawn camping, exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, I think there are still games, still modern games, that have worse AI than the Darkbot AI in that game. Oh yeah, I need to gather stone. I guess I should just go ahead and send a person out rather than waiting. Give him some militia. 18,000 will put me at 2634,000, something like that. Yeah, shooting through walls. Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. Yeah, the X-ray weapon Sippo is the far sight. It was like a sniper rifle that could go, you could shoot through walls. Like you could see the people running around like wall hacking. And then you could also actually shoot through the wall with it. What server am I on? I actually don't know. S4 something. S40162 apparently. It's the Tactics Evolved RP that started 18 hours ago or something. I think we have 6 hours of buffs left. Yeah. No GTG. No. No GTG. I don't like starting with GTG as Arnor. And plus, I'm not planning on PvPing with him. So... Donkey Kong PvP? I don't know if I ever played that. If I see new S1 changes, I don't think so. Which changes are you talking about, Brandon? Actually, can Arwen start taking 90s now? Should probably check. We'll try. I maybe should have taken one closer to my base. Goemon. I don't think I ever played that one. So one game that was super fun for N64, if anybody has played it, was Battle Tanks. It was called, I think, Battle Tanks Global Assault, I believe, was the name of it. Oh, she crushed that 90. Easy XP. Could only pick Mordor or one of 3 good factions. Huh. So I did see that they had nuked Isengard. Ultimately, it's probably a good change. Because, like, the last thing that you would want, especially, like, there's still new players joining the game, which is super cool to see. You know, after a full year, you still have new people coming in and finding the game and enjoying it. The last thing you want is those new players to join a completely dead faction with 5 players, right? and then they just get steamrolled, and they have zero fun. They can't even capture a keep because they're 5 newbies that don't know what they're doing. So I think in some ways it does make sense for them to do that. Because like when the game first came out, factions like new servers, they were doing like 4 new servers a day. It was 3 or 4. And then like factions were just filling up like minutes after a new server came up, right? And so it wasn't an issue back then. But I think now it makes sense. And the other thing too is what's it called? There's a psychological term for it, not that I'm like a shrink or anything. When you have too many choices that you don't know which choice to make. It's like when you go to a restaurant, right? You go to some restaurant and they hand you a menu that's like 17 pages long. And there's like 100 different things. Versus you go to a restaurant and has like 8 options. You know, I can eat a burger, I can get wings, I can get a steak, you know, chicken sandwich, salad, soup, whatever. And so, like, if you go to the restaurant and you don't know what you want, you're going to spend like an hour looking at the menu trying to figure out, like, oh, do I want the Caesar salad or the house salad as my side item? And then which entree do I want? You know, that kind of thing. Who was I going to hit with? Theo, I think. Choice paralysis. There we go. Phoenix Fire with the big brain coming in. So yeah, sometimes having more options isn't necessarily better. And especially for new players who have no idea what they want to do. You know, they don't even know all the mechanics of the game yet. Which is fine, they gotta learn, but I think it would help them. We get to chase Frodo. Wait, did they make Season 1, Season 4? Because normally that's War of the Ring, where good has to escort Frodo and evil has to try and stop good from escorting Frodo. Can my Theo, he definitely can't take 90s. Can he take 60s? I actually don't know if he can take 60s yet. If I can even find, here's one. Yeah. Alright, Theo. You're back to sweeping duty, my dude. If there's even anything left to sweep. That's not adjacent. I guess we'll just sweep these things up here. Playing Heroes of Might and Magic when I didn't even know how to read. Go start a new town. I guess I could check it real quick. I have 20 minutes on my queues and like 7 minutes on Theo. Let's see what it looks like. Then I'll come back to that account. Dude, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That is one of the greatest games of all time, in my opinion. Heroes of Might and Magic 3, man. Do I play with Hahaha's account? No, I don't. Oh, this is totally different. Whoa. Well, I guess I can't pick any of the good factions because they're full. Yeah, this is completely different. Wow, okay. Oh, this is cool. Features a relatively even distribution of resources. Easy to defend, difficult to capture. This is so much better. Wow. I'll tell you the haha story in a minute, HV. I told it maybe like 30 minutes ago or something. You said it gets better? I do love this new background. Around Gondor. We're having an experience out here. Keep fighting worms. Enemy is strong, my liege. Oh, the Witch King shows up? Okay, okay. Is he just gonna clap everything? Alright, we're gonna skip the battle. Although this is pretty decent, like for a mobile game. It's pretty decent CGI. Alright, we'll skip that. We've seen some battles in this game before. Oh, I'm special. Oh, what? Dude, this is actually sick. This is actually really cool. Huh? Was there sound on this? Maybe I should turn the sound on. Let me pause the music real quick. Hopefully this isn't copyrighted music. So the Witch King hands you the ring now. Okay. I guess I missed if there was any voiceovers. Turn the sound back off. Turn this back on. Alright, let's see if I can get to the point where we can see... It must just be War of the Ring now. Based on which factions were available as well. Yeah. Yeah, if you can corrupt Frodo, then it's definitely War of the Ring. Khaldun, alright, we just got the only two commanders we'll ever need. Khaldun and Gorbag. Yeah, give me the juice. Give me the resources, game. Bro, 63,000 ring power to start, I wish. This actually just starts you off with extract. I think that's kind of a mistake. This extract is not a good skill. Yeah, this is like way cooler than it used to be. I had no idea they completely redid. Oh, you even get fireworks too? Bro. Alright, is it gonna let me play? Here we go. Now we can take a look at the actual server progress. Yeah, so this is War of the Ring then, or basically War of the Ring. I think this interface is slightly different. Huh. Yes, it shows them here too, which is good. How many days old is this server? Or did you guys... Oh, I guess this is what the AI evil starts with. I'm guessing these are AI controlled, potentially. Huh. That's pretty cool. Definitely a lot better than it used to be. What did you miss? We found out that apparently they fully redid Season 1 in this game. And while this loads, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, that was actually perfect timing. I got back right when Theo was done sweeping. Alright, let's see. Arwen does not need troops anymore. Merry and Pippin also don't need troops anymore. And I think new mobs spawn soonish, unless they change the spawn timers. But I like that. I like that there's less faction choice going on. That way new players don't have to stress about that. And there's no diplomacy that you have to worry about now in the early seasons, which should give new players the ability to focus more on actually learning the game itself. Now, I think diplomacy is one of the best aspects of this game. You know, just how much of the story of a server can be fully player driven. But you can spend a lot of time on diplomacy and miss out on actually just playing the game. So, am I starting over? No. I was just going to check out. I didn't know that they had redone the season 1 stuff. Brandon mentioned it. And so I was just going to check it out to see what was different. So now I'm still... This is my 5th season on this account. 7th season overall, I guess. Good night, Sir Sippo. So anyway, HB, the ha thing. We, just a group of us, decided to all name ourselves ha just to troll people. So there's like 10 of us, including the original ha with the name, some variation of ha. Oh, Felagund did it too. Yes. Felagund did it. Oh, I love that guy. +1 ha. So I think it's gonna be really funny, like when we all relocate next to each other, and there's just like 12 ha-ha-has running around. I love it, bro. Oh man. I do need to build my Bree camp though. I wish I had realized that sooner. I feel dumb. I was just in Rebuilding Glory brain because I just played 2 Rebuilding Glories back to back. And which is like, oh yeah, you have to upgrade Bree to build your Bree Rider camp. So, how are the fellowship rankings looking? Okay, we passed Whip again, so that's good. Poda is still a decent bit ahead of us. Whip is right behind us. We have Gundabad, Linden, Varyogs, Rune, also Varyogs. So really, if you combined both Varyogs, they would be rank 1 technically. If you were to combine them. Whereas Loth, 280. Actually, that's... With Oath, Loth would still be ahead. Yeah, we're doing it kind of because of Sith. We fought Sith 2 seasons ago. And it was like such a pain to keep track of who was who, right? Because it's like, you know, TK 45-54, and then there's like a TK 45-45, and then like a TK 54-45. So it's just our trolley version of the TK thing. Except I think it'll be even more difficult to keep up with, because it's like, okay, attack the ha guy. Like, at least with TKs you could say, okay, hit, you know, 44-45. With this you have to say, okay, hit ha. Oh, which one? Oh, the one with 8 ha-ha-has. Wait, not the one with 7 ha-ha-has. So I'll sleep till Sunday. Hey, Sith was a good team, though. Yes, Whip is from Wigglers. Wigglers there, Apostolis, Palsy. I think a lot of them are here. Some of them have slightly different names now. I don't remember Night Fury, but apparently he's been with them for a while. There were a bunch of them up here earlier. Gary Boreas. Mira Boreas. Apparently he was with Whip for a while. I don't remember him. I definitely saw, like, Apostolos is now Gary Postolis, I think was his name. Monroe. I might remember Monroe. Yeah, Gary Postolis. Apostolis. I don't know, however you say it. So they're here. Then we have Eldarian's team, which for anybody that was on that server was Hope and Noble. So in this season, this campaign they ran Hope, Noble, and King. They were all on Arnor with us. What was I doing? I was sweeping with Theoden, believe. What's my apothecary looking like? Up to 23. I might actually boost that here in a bit, depending on how long it is. Because I don't think I'm going to make it to 4 a.m. tonight. But I at least want 1:30. I used to only consider successful starts if I had at least one 150, preferably I had my 3 130s at least, and I had a 150 wood and a 150 stone at a minimum. Obviously, I would want a 130 grain and a 130 ore as 2 of the 3 to gather on. Yeah, we'll see who we UF with. I mean, we UF'd Whip 2 seasons ago when we were Arnor and Linden. I mean, Hope and Noble are good as well. So, I mean, basically, no matter what we do, and this is a good thing, I think this is going to be a tough season. You know, if you look at POTA, they're generally used to having good seasons. If you look at Whip, they're pretty accustomed to having good seasons. If you look at these guys, I mean, they have at least 1 ring. I think the other dudes in Varyogs, which is this one, which is the same group as the Gundabad group, they've gotten some rings recently. The Rune group, pretty much used to winning. Eldarion's team, pretty much used to winning. Obviously, I guess I can just pull up Cheese's profile, although I can't click on this. I'll pull it up in here. You know, Hive Mind won 4 of their 5, and the Ungo half of Hive Mind won 4 of their 4. So there's a lot of teams on this server that have won a lot of seasons. And usually that means they're good at fighting, they're comfortable with fighting, they know how to fight. And we can only UF 1. So let's say we UF POTA. My guess would be Whip and Chad, so Whip and Eldarion's team are going to UF. I would bet. Pretty sure Gunda and Varyogs are going to UF. Although maybe Rune can pick up one of them instead. But I've heard that Wuss and Poom are the same team. Evil on the server will actually be relevant. They won't be pushovers by any means. Then let's say we UF'd Whip. Well, then I imagine POTA and Eldarion's team would UF. So either way, like, I think we have 3 good options for a UF partner. Either Whip, POTA, or Eldarion's team. But no matter which one we go with, there's still going to be 2 good teams left on good factions. Naturally, they're going to UF as well. So that's 2 strong good UFs. And then Evil seems like it'll have a strong UF. And, like, potentially Gondor and Rohan. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful and say they seem like some of the weaker teams. That's just the nature of the beast. But, I mean, they still have numbers. Like, if they keep active players, they're still looking at 200 to 300 more players. That's a lot of numbers. So, POTA's the strongest? Yeah, maybe. Obviously, I'm biased. I would say that we're the strongest, but of course I would say that. "31 minutes." Yeah, looks like there's a lot of good teams for sure. So I'm looking forward, though. Looking forward to it. after last season being AFK the entire time was not a particularly fun experience in the end, you know. Which ha 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 is this? This is Gatoman. What build does he use? Oh, he actually goes full white council. Wow. I wonder if he did that specifically for this fight. See you later, Jepro. Thanks for stopping by, man. How's everyone enjoying Arnor so far? I'm not. I'll say that. Say, I hate Arnor. We'll send some reports of them. Yeah, sounds good, man. Second or third? No way, dude. We're not a second or third. We the best, dude. You have to believe, you know? You have to believe in yourself. Believe in the guys next to you that you're fighting with. If you just believe that you're not going to be able to win, and that you're not the best, you're going to demoralize yourself from the beginning. It's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If you say, oh, we can't win this, the other teams are better, then that's what's going to happen. This is my opinion anyway. I guess I just turned one of these 30s into my Bree Rider outpost. I'm going to be dropping him anyway. So there's not really any point to dropping a 30 to take a 1 to build the Bree Riders on the 1. So I think we'll just drop it here. Hopefully these guys will be worth it. I pretty much for sure have to sell my green gear now. Sell. Yeah, just my green stuff. Okay. That'll get me, what, 50 stacks? 50 command debris to start with. So hopefully enough to take 130s and 150s tomorrow. Clues in the event. Yeah, I got all the clues, but I don't remember for them. So I've heard that Don's not playing anymore. That last season was his last season. Because he was considering coming with us. And then he was like, nah, nah, nah. I'm quitting the game. Eowyn, maybe I'll take some more 60s with her. Halor, what's up, dude? Thank you for being a member again. How have you been doing, man? I've actually been meaning to shoot you a text recently, because I am now officially back in the job market. Do I take a 60 with Theo? think I just take them with these. So I think I sweep a couple more with Theo, then go back to taking tiles with Aowen. Busy. Busy with work or busy with just like all your other hobbies, like the car stuff and I feel like with all your hobbies you must always be busy, which is definitely not a bad thing. All right, what's the apothecary bill going to be? Like an hour and a half? 2 hours and 15 minutes? Bro. That's a lot of dead dudes. I imagine if I scout the 130 for an easy commander, then I can probably double tap it with Gandalf. I have enough stamina for it. By the way, did an alert thing pop up on the stream? Not just in the chat? Did it pop up in the stream itself? Because if not, I think I need to look into YouTube integration for those alerts. I might only have the Twitch integration set up, which is kind of ironic since I don't stream on Twitch. Oh, apparently I'm talking super loudly. Oh, Tom Brady and Giselle are divorced after 13 years. Feels bad, man. But hey, means Giselle is single. For all you single men out there, go pick yourself up a sugar mama. You want the research. How about this? I'll do it if you change your name to be a ha ha ha. Become one of the ha ha ha's. You only saw the chat one. Okay, I'll look into figuring it out at some point. My backlog of things to do, especially now that the season has started, is growing ever longer. Like, there was a guy that found the timestamps for one of my videos, and I need to like put them into the actual video. So like that's on my list. I finally recorded a Rise of Kingdoms video last night. I still need to edit that, get a thumbnail for that. I think that I did fix the dropped frames thing though, so that's kind of a plus. There was a setting where Streamlabs can use dynamic bandwidth now, or dynamic bitrate rather. And so far, I haven't gotten any dropped frames warnings. So that's good. Plus, I've got to actually play Rise of Kingdoms 2. So there's that. Plus, I also want to stream again tomorrow. Yeah, there's no way since I built the Bree Rider thing, no way I'm going to be able to do the main hall tonight, which is kind of unfortunate. You're back and you're drunk. Well, welcome back. What have you been drinking? That's another thing, actually, TJ. Probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway. I have been going off of my anxiety medication, which means I can actually drink again. So next time I'm up your way, you'll have to pick something out for me from your bar. And, like, obviously I won't be able to get drunk because I'll be driving home. Most likely. I guess Frankie could drive home technically. But anyway, I know you're a connoisseur of various alcohols. What is up, Viper? Unfortunately, I speak very little Spanish. He said, hello. Good evening to everyone. And then you're from Chile? Uber? Bro, Halor lives like an hour and a half from me. How much would an hour and a half Uber ride cost? Like 75 miles or something? That'd be, I imagine that'd be quite an Uber bill. Oh, the sweeping. I'm already regretting even considering not playing cavalry. Oh, it'd only be $80 to go an hour and a half? I guess that's not terrible. Oh, I should reinforce. I mean, I was never super into getting drunk anyway. I mean, obviously, I was a college kid at one point. So, I'm not going to say I've never been drunk, but for me, it was never like some big, huge thing. For the most part, I preferred being sober. From Tampa to Orlando for 90. I assume that's about an hour and a half. 2 hours or something. Excuse my yawn. Weed is better. So, true story, I've never smoked weed before. I've actually never done any illegal drug before. Not even like Adderall or anything like that in college. The only drugs I've taken are either over the counter or prescription. But I'm kind of excited to be getting off the anxiety medicine that I was on. Yeah, I'm serious, man. Never done, that's a true story. Never done any illegal drugs. Even with drinking, I only drank probably twice underage. Maybe just once. It was only a couple times. And then anytime, you know, I drank after that, I was legal. I was 21 plus. I will say, if they ever legalize, which they probably wouldn't, if they ever legalize weed in my state, which eventually they probably will do that, I would consider trying weed if it was legal here. Or if I like travel to a state that it's legal, I would probably try it. They'll probably never legalize DMT, but if it was, I would consider trying that, because I've just heard like the craziest stories of people who are on DMT, like meeting what they call the machine elves. I want to meet the machine elves, man. Or I think it's on ayahuasca that you meet the snakes. I want to go meet the snake people. Like, that just sounds so crazy. At some point I need to do all these skills just to get the green things gone. But it's also a lot of work. Mushrooms are illegal if you don't dry them. Guess you learn something new every day. I did not know that. I do think that it's only like 10 years or less probably that I think weed will be federally legal in the United States. So I think one day I'll probably try it. I don't know, just the whole like, because it's illegal or has been illegal in most states for so long. Obviously now there's some states that are legalizing it. Due to the illegal nature, that also brings, at least in my mind, like so many risks involved. And maybe it's just being paranoid. But like none of my friends were ever into smoking weed. And so like I wouldn't have even known how to get it. Like I knew some kids at school who were potheads. But like I was never really friends with them. So like would I go walk up to this kid that I don't really know and be like, "Hey man, I want to buy some weed." "Okay, yeah, bro, let me like hook you up with my dealer or whatever." Just like the idea of going with money to meet somebody that I've never met before, to give them money for them to give me something in return that I don't even know, like, is this good weed? Is it bad weed? Is there something? Is it laced with something? Like, to me, it would require a high level of trust to purchase drugs from somebody. And because of the illegal nature, I feel like, for me at least, having that trust would be more difficult. And then, like, how do I know this isn't some undercover cop who, as soon as I hand him the cash and he hands me the bag, is going to pull out his badge and slap me in cuffs, and then I'm like, oh, crap. Now I'm going to jail. But, like, pretty much all of those things are gone if it's legalized, right? You know, you just go to the dispensary and they have a license, and presumably, hopefully, they're just selling you whatever is legal. Some cop's not going to pop out and bust you and throw you in the back of a car. So, like, if I had had a good friend who handled all of that and, like, we just hung out together, I probably would have tried it at least. Like, I'm not opposed to it by any means. I don't think it deserves the stigma that it has. But, you know, I just never had that. And I didn't want to go take money to a total stranger, you know. It just wasn't in the cards for me. Alright, I was going to actually hit some tiles with somebody, I believe. So Gandalf, I think it was Aowen actually. Yeah, she has a bunch of stamina. Overthinking much? Yeah, probably. Probably am overthinking it. But I mean, that's just my perspective. Mostly legal in Florida. Yeah, see, like a ticket wouldn't be that bad, right? Like a ticket, you're gonna what? You're gonna pay a couple $100. Oh yeah, who cares? Whatever. You know, you could get a couple $100 ticket just from speeding. Like, potentially getting a ticket, way less intimidating than potentially going to jail, right? It's one thing that I would prefer to never do in my life, if possible. I imagine it's probably a pretty normal thing. I'm in South Carolina. So we will probably be one of the last states to legalize it, unless it just becomes federally legal. But even then, I guess each state would have to legalize it, right? Because state laws would supersede federal laws in the state that you're in, I believe. I'm not a lawyer. Because like right now, like Colorado, it's legal in. So I don't think the feds can come and bust you in Colorado unless you're bringing it across state lines, at which point it would become a federal issue, and since it's federally illegal, they could bust you. Yeah, when you're your age, you're getting it from kids. Yeah, like I said, if I had a really good buddy that I could have gotten it from, I probably would have tried it, but like none of my friend group was into it, so none of us, like, that opportunity never presented itself. The feds could still bust you in Colorado? Oh yeah, are you in South Carolina too? It's a small world sometimes. I will say I'm relatively in the center of the state, pretty much. What's up, Adrian? How are you doing, man? So the DEA, I guess they just like don't go bust people unless they're involved in other illegal stuff. Like, why wouldn't the DEA just show up to dispensaries then, or whatever they're called, and just bust everybody? I guess they have bigger fish to fry. Like, if the guy has his license and he's selling what he's supposed to sell to the people he's supposed to sell it to, why are they going to worry about him when, they have like the cartels and stuff to worry about? They have cocaine to worry about. Actually, speaking of all this stuff, I've been watching a super interesting series on YouTube. Let me find the guy that it's by. So I'll type. Actually, I can just pull this up, right? There we go. Boom. Wait, that's not where I meant to copy and paste it. This is where I meant to copy and paste it. So there's a super interesting series on YouTube I've been watching with this guy who is a former relatively big time drug dealer. Not like a cartel guy, not like, he's not like El Chapo or something. But he has a series of videos just on his life experience working his way up from like a small time guy selling weed up to making over $1 million a year, selling lots of weed and other stuff. And he's like really honest, straightforward dude, pretty charismatic guy. But a pretty interesting series. Definitely learned a lot from it. But it's kind of ironic because in one of the first videos, he was like, yeah, I was getting to the end of high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew I didn't want to work a job. And so that's why he wanted to start being a dealer. Except then he starts going into like his entire system. And it's like he put just as much time and effort into what was effectively for him a small business. I mean, he would have put that much time and effort into some other job. You know, driving all over the place to meet up with people, making contacts, stuff like that. But he does say, you know, he's not trying to glorify anything. Because he said, if you deal drugs, you will be caught. Eventually, they're going to get you. Because so much of modern society is structured around making it very difficult to work with illegal money. So he said eventually you're going to make a mistake and get caught, or, you know, the IRS is going to pick up on it. Somebody's going to pick up on it. And when you get caught, you're going to jail. Not even just jail, you're going to prison. Mail order sites. I mean, the main one got shut down, though. Silk Road. That got shut down a number of years ago, actually. I think they caught him in a library, if I remember right. Busted him in a library. How much stone actually could I get? If I was to send out a couple of people. Don't drop the soap, yeah. I imagine not. I could get 42,000. And I need, how much did I need? Like 120,000? So I might have to start that gather before going to sleep. Yeah, it's a really interesting little docu-series he did. He's done like 6 episodes so far. Each one's about 30 minutes long. Very candid about his experience. And he said, like, for him, he was never, like, I guess a lot of dealers, according to him, they get into it so they can fund their own drug habit. But he said for him, it was never about the drugs. It was just about the money. Let's see, I can take one more. So then Aowen can take one more after that. Gandalf can take 4, that's 5. Arwen will be able to take 3, that's 8. And I'm dropping 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll probably hop off the stream here in a second. And then lay in bed on my iPad. Once these drop, fill up again, and then go to sleep. Maybe I should drop one more. No, I shouldn't drop one more because I need a double tap of 130 with Gandalf the White, actually. Maybe I should do... Well, I already took this tile. I was going to say maybe I should do that first. But I guess not. Since I'm full. But maybe once the tiles drop, I'll double tap this 130. Hopefully I can do it. Not the best start of a season, but it's just too painful that the season's starting at 4 a.m. I just don't have the, I guess the energy really is part of it to stay up 24 hours with having a toddler. Like, I would just have no energy to play with her or interact with her the next day, you know. And you know, she's 18 months, she's bouncing off the walls, she wants to go outside and run around. You know, I need to be there and spend that time with her. So, but I'll probably stream again tomorrow for a few hours. Around 1300 my time plus 1700 UTC for like 3-4 hours, something like that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys.